Welcome to Royal Drive Dubai, and today we are taking you on a journey that goes far beyond horsepower and specifications. This is a journey through time, through culture, through the golden age of American automotive history. Today we are talking about one of the most iconic machines ever built on American soil, the legendary Chevrolet Corvette, C1 facelift generation, born in the year 1956. Buckle up, because this is going to be special. To truly understand this car, you have to understand the era it was born in. The mid-1950s in America were electric. World War II was over, the economy was booming, and people were dreaming bigger than ever before. There was a hunger for speed, for style, for freedom, and the automobile industry was ready to deliver. General Motors looked at the European sports cars dominating the scene, the Jaguar, the Ferrari, the Mercedes, and decided that America needed its own answer. That answer was the Corvette. But the early 1954 and 1955 models had their struggles. Sales were slow, critics were harsh, and the car almost got cancelled. Then came 1956, the facelift that changed everything. The 1956 Corvette was not just a refresh. It was a rebirth. Engineers and designers went back to the drawing board with one mission: make it better in every possible way. And they delivered. From the moment this car hit the streets, people stopped and stared. It had something the earlier models lacked: a soul. You could feel it just by looking at it, and once you drove it, there was no going back. Let us start from the front, because that is where this car makes its first statement. The wide chrome grille stretches across the nose with confidence. The headlights sit perfectly within the bodywork, rounded and clean, giving the car a face that feels both friendly and fierce at the same time. There is no aggression here, instead, there is a quiet confidence. The kind of face that does not need to shout because it knows exactly what it is. In this stunning black color, the chrome details pop beautifully against the dark bodywork, creating a contrast that feels almost cinematic in real life. As your eyes move along the side profile, you begin to understand what made the Corvette so revolutionary for its time. The body lines flow naturally, without any forced angles or sharp edges. Everything is smooth, everything is intentional. The curves are soft but muscular, like an athlete at rest. The fiberglass body, which was actually quite unusual for American cars of that era, allowed designers to create shapes that steel simply could not achieve. This two-door convertible configuration is the purest form of the Corvette experience. No roof between you and the sky, no barriers between you and the world around you. Just open air, the sound of the engine, and the road stretching ahead. Move to the rear and the elegance continues. The tail of the 1956 Corvette is clean and refined. The subtle rear lights are integrated beautifully into the bodywork, and the chrome accents provide just enough detail without overdoing it. This was an era when designers understood the power of restraint. They knew that a car this beautiful did not need excessive decoration, it just needed to be itself. And that philosophy is exactly why this design still holds up today, nearly 70 years later. Step inside and the atmosphere changes completely. The interior of the 1956 Corvette is minimal, focused, and deeply purposeful. Everything in here exists for a reason. The dashboard is simple. Classic analog gauges sitting right in front of you, telling you everything you need to know about speed, fuel, temperature, and engine performance. There are no touchscreens here. No digital displays, no artificial intelligence trying to help you drive. It is just you and the machine, communicating through feel and sound. The steering wheel is large and thin, exactly as it should be. The seats sit low, wrapping around you comfortably, positioning you close to the road so that every small movement of the car translates directly to your body. This is what people mean when they talk about a connected driving experience. Now let us talk about what is hiding under that long hood, because this is where the 1956 Corvette truly separated itself from everything that came before it. For the first time in Corvette history, buyers could choose a proper V8 engine, a 265 cubic inch powerplant that could be tuned to produce anywhere from 210 to 225 horsepower depending on the configuration. For 1956, these were serious numbers. The car could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 7 seconds, which was genuinely impressive for that period. The exhaust note was deep, mechanical, and unmistakably American. It did not sound like a machine, it sounded alive. That sound coming out of the twin exhaust pipes was not just noise, it was personality, character, and identity all rolled into one. Driving this car today is an experience that modern vehicles simply cannot replicate. There is no power steering, no traction control, no driver assistance systems quietly working in the background to correct your mistakes. Every input you make is direct and honest. The car responds to exactly what you do, nothing more and nothing less. Cornering requires skill and attention. Braking requires anticipation. Accelerating requires respect. This level of engagement is something that has largely disappeared from modern motoring, and that is exactly why people who drive classic cars like this feel something that cannot easily be explained. It is a feeling of being truly alive on the road. In terms of practicality, let us be completely honest. This is not a car you use to run daily errands. Fuel consumption is high, maintenance requires specialized knowledge and care, and the lack of modern comfort features means long journeys can be tiring. But none of that matters, because practicality was never the point. The point was passion. The point was to create something that made people feel something: excitement, pride, joy, nostalgia. And on every single one of those fronts, the 1956 Corvette delivers completely. For collectors in Dubai and across the Middle East, this car holds an especially interesting appeal. In a region that deeply appreciates craftsmanship, history, and rare beauty, the C1 Corvette fits perfectly. It is not just a car sitting in a garage. It is a conversation, a story, a piece of history that you can actually touch and drive. Its value has grown steadily over the decades and shows absolutely no signs of stopping. Owning a well-maintained 1956 Corvette today means owning something that is becoming rarer and more precious with every passing year. This is a car that does not belong to any single moment in time. It belongs to all of them. Every generation that encounters it, whether they grew up in the 50s or were born last decade, feels something when they see it. There is a universal language in its design, in its sound, and in its story. That is the true magic of the Chevrolet Corvette C1 facelift. It was extraordinary the day it was built, and it remains extraordinary today. So here is a question for all of you watching. Do you own a classic car, and which city are you from? Drop your answer in the comments below, we would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this journey through automotive history, do not forget to like this video and follow Royal Drive Dubai for more cinematic car reviews just like this one. We will see you in the next one.